Good afternoon, Franklin Township. This is PJ Parker from the Franklin Reporter and Advocate, and we are here today live at Franklin High School for a very special event that involves a breadth of students in a plethora of different subject matter, mostly revolving on the STEM sciences of science, technology, education, engineering, math, and also the arts have been figuring in, which is relatively new in this umbrella of STEM. I think it's also called STEAM at some point. We incorporate the A in the anagram. And here with us today, we have two of the organizers who have been involved in this group for well over 34 years, and it is the NAACP Act So New Jersey group. And it is focusing on excellence, fostering more excellence in our students in ways that perhaps they would not have already thought would be their paths. And with us today, we have Reverend Red and Dr. Carolina, several students and supporters who've participated in this project on a number of different levels. And we'll start with you, Reverend Red. Tell us what the program's all about.
Okay, the NAACP AXO program was started 44 years ago by Vernon Jarrett out of Chicago. He was a reporter who actually started the program. We here in New Jersey began our program 34 years ago, and many of us have been in that program for 34 years. And so it is a program where it brings in the community to help sponsor, support, and motivate our young people towards academic and cultural excellence. And that is virtually what the name stands for, Afro-Academic, Cultural, Technological, and Scientific Olympics. That is the name of the program, and that is what we try to foster in our wonderful, awesome young people. And we have some awesome young people here in New Jersey, in Somerset, in Franklin, all around the state.
Well, we have a few of them here today, and we're excited to be able to talk with them. Specifically, what areas when we're talking about STEM and STEAM, and I'm sure there are several different parts to each one of those facets that we could chat about a bit.
Well, we have 10 categories in STEM. Architecture, biology, microbiology, chemistry, computer science, earth and space, engineering, mathematics, let's see, what else do we have? Physics, medicine and health, and our latest program is sustainable building, and that is the only one that is a group science activity. We also have the humanities, poetry written, playwriting, short story, original essay, and music composition. We have 11 categories in the performing arts covering the music, vocal, instrumental, classical, vocal, classical, oratory, just a whole bunch of categories, and the visual arts, including filmmaking, photography, painting, sculpture, drawing, as well as the humanities and also business. So we're it's very important to encourage our young people academically as well as in the business areas. So we try to cover anything that our young people might be interested. We are firm believers that every young person was given a gift by God and a talent, and it's our job as the adults in our community to help motivate and encourage our young people towards excellence.
Towards exploring and having confidence in the gift.
Exactly.
Yes.
We want to build their self-esteem and make sure they understand and know that we know that they have gifts. And also, a very important part of our program is to bring the community together. It is a total volunteer program. No one gets paid in this program. We all work hard because this is our legacy. This is what we have to do to make sure our communities stay strong.
Well, it's lofty, but it's not a figment of one's imagination. This is really happening, Franklin, and it's happening today in this venue, right at Franklin High School. So we have, again, a couple of students who participated, and I understand this is being run as a competition. Can you explore that a little?
Well, actually, this is a year-long program for high school students. We mentor them in various locations throughout the state. Here, our New Brunswick area, NAACP covers Franklin Township, Somerset County, and parts of Middlesex County as well. We cover 14 municipalities here in this area. We have other programs in Newark, in Bergen County, in Gloucester County, and different other counties within the state. And, we work together as a unit in New Jersey which is great. And what else can I think to say? How about Dr. Carolina? She's one of the members of our organization who for years has dedicated her time, her energy to help our young people. She's mentored them. She's judged them. She's run the gamut. She has run the gamut. We have some awesome people in our community and in the state of New Jersey. Deborah Smith-Gregory over there, she's chaired it for the state. I've chaired it for the state. The program is awesome, but what's more important, our young people are awesome. And we have some awesome young people that have come out of this township, this community. So many.
And tell us a little bit about specifically what today's event is. What's the process, and how do kids get involved?
The young people get involved through local programs where we mentor them throughout the course of the year. And we motivate them in whatever area they find interesting. And then we encourage them to be involved in this competition. The winners of the competition here locally go on to compete. The gold medalists go on to compete on the national level, where there's various scholarships that are offered. Last year, we had 4 of our young people win the $10,000 Lancome scholarships.
Oh, my goodness.
One of our big supporters is Bristol Myers Squibb. They also support our young people, and we had, I think we gave away 5 scholarships last year for Tomorrow's Innovators. And there are various other organizations that we're partnered with. We're partners with the Governor's Awards and other organizations that we partner with to help motivate and encourage our young people.
I normally save this for last, but if there is a youngster in the community or their parents are watching this and they would like to participate, what do they have to do?
They should go onto our website. It's ACTSO, ACTSONEWJERSEY.org. They can go on, they'll see videos, other information about the program, and they can register right online. And when they register, they can pick the location that they want to be a part of.
Okay, so they can be a part of the organization as a whole so that they can find whatever it is their direction is. And then once they're enrolled in that, if I'm understanding this correctly, they are then eligible for the competition, which is what's happening today.
Yes, that's exactly right. And here in this area, they're mentored at the Franklin Youth Center.
Oh, sure.
Yes, that's where our young people meet in this area at the Franklin Youth Center. But throughout the state, there are various locations where they can meet. They're mentored by qualified individuals in the specific areas of interest. We have master classes. They often sometimes go on trips to help motivate, encourage them, keep them involved in the program.
Well, it just sounds, it's so exciting, and that we're just on the cusp of this, and that we're blessed to have this happening right here in Franklin High School. So I know you had lots of wonderful things to say about Dr. Carolina. So Dr. Carolina, tell us your role in this, why you feel it's important, what are these kids getting out of it?
Thank you so much. I was introduced to ACTSO in 2014. My son, who was a freshman in high school at the time, was invited to participate in the program. My son gained so much from this program in terms of his confidence, his just knowledge of various areas. And so because it has done so much for my son, I felt the need to give back to the program. So while he was participating in the program, I served as a mom who brought snacks, but then I later served as a mentor for medicine and health, biology, some of the other STEM categories as well as mathematics, and I ultimately became the co-chair of the New Brunswick branch. Last year I served as a judge on the national stage for the national competition in Atlantic City. And again, because it has done so much for my son as well as other young people, I wanted to give back. My son is, graduated, he's in college, and he's in medical school now. And because of his interaction with the folks here in ACTSO, again, he's gained so much, and I think it helped him grow and develop into the young man he is today. So again, I'm giving back to the program by mentoring. I am a registered nurse by trade. I teach nursing at Seton Hall University, and so again, I am giving back to a program that has done so much for me and my family. And so I mentored this young lady here, Tori Torres, in medicine and health. And again, she's done a really good job. The program, again, has done so much for my son and as well as other young people.
Well, speaking of Tori, if we would like to bring Tori forward, I see this beautiful display. This is part of your project, Tori?
Yes, this is my project.
Okay, come on over here. I know Dr. Carolina was your mentor. Tell us about how you got interested in healthcare and why did you feel that this touched you, this reached you to the degree that you're pursuing it as you are?
I am a black girl, and I will become a black woman at one point in my life. So this is very important to me because this is going to be my future and my loved one's future and other people I know's future. So it's important for everyone to know about what is happening for black women in the United States and getting the health care they need so they could prevent getting hurt or get treated for the illnesses they have.
Why do you think there was a necessity for the utilization practices strictly among black women? Is there an underservice that you feel that you're addressing?
Yes, there is a lot of diseases that greatly affect black women than their white counterparts with white women, and they aren't getting the justice or health they need sometimes.
And so what has your project done? What was I see there's a lot of language in here. If you could summarize what your program was, what you did. And I know this is all by competition today, and Tori was in there. She's made a presentation. She hasn't gotten the results yet, but the smile on her face tells us that she did a good job. So tell us again why, what exactly you were able to achieve with this.
I basically summarized how black women access and utilize their health care, meaning how they use their health care, how much they go to the doctors, reasons why they can't go to the doctors, and how that affects them in their health.
And is there any sort of a solution that you see to increase the amount of time, to increase the availability of services?
I feel like the only solution can be educating others about this and getting more people interested to becoming doctors so they could help solve this problem.
Well, that's beautifully said, and I appreciate your dedication, certainly. And these are some of your supporters. Do you want to introduce them? No? We'll let them introduce them. Thank you, Tori. Go ahead.
My name is Lena Whitehead, and I'm actually a room facilitator, and this is our first year, and we're so glad to be a part of this 34-year-long competition that helps excel. As a life coach and social worker, I feel like it's very important to uplift and empower young students because without them, they are our future. I think Whitney Houston said it, right? So our kids are our future, and we really believe that, and we really, want to dig in and make sure that they're grasping these concepts, and just like young Tori is able to verbalize and have other people understand. So that's why it's so important that ACSO exists and that we keep embracing these young children for this particular thing, especially in inner cities and where underserved is, accounted for. It's very important that we further develop these students and inspire and empower them so that when they get to the next level, they're able to extend the olive branch to the next generation. And that's why we are here as volunteers. Myself and Tashia is here, and we have play various roles in the community, and we always give back. So this is a no-brainer when Reverend Red called us to volunteer. And, everybody took such a long time getting together and putting so much hard work into further developing this program. It's great.
Absolutely. Yes. Hi, I'm Tybella Harrell. Coming from a medical health and research institution, which is my background, I thought it was very imperative to be here in support of the youth, especially coming from community-based as a child myself. We saw how the community came together and how encouraging and inspiring it was for us. So to be able to be here in support of NAACP as well as the youth speaks volumes, and to be able to show our support physically and for the youth to see that, it just helps develop and create them into the adults that we're hoping that they will be successful and achieve the goals that they're set out for.
And that they find their gifts early. So the ability to be successful will stem from the heart's desire to find that gift and to find people around you who support that and encourage you to grow in your area. Not everyone is meant to be a college professor. Not everyone is meant to be an auto mechanic. Not everybody's meant to be an orator or a poetry artist. We all have individual gifts, and they all deserve our individual attention, our love, our growth, and the ability to see ourselves as able to excel. With the help of all of these amazing people around them, you can't fail. And I think getting the word out to this community is so important. We're so happy we found this event today to be able to bring to you, Franklin. We have 2 more students who have participated not on the scientific level, although some will argue that art is as scientific as anything, and public speaking is as scientific as everything. And your name is William, and you participated in the orator competition. Tell us about that.
I did participate in the oratory competition, and I believe it was a good experience for me. I finally got to open up about myself and talk about like my background and stuff like that, and about my community too. I want to give back as well. So this opportunity really gave me like a push forward to really speak out about myself and all that good stuff.
And I'll notice and make note of, and have you make note of, Franklin, there was not one there was not one there was not one and. You didn't take a breath in between any one of those sentences. You were completely fluid and flowing throughout, and that's the mark of a good speaker. When you don't say, it's just so annoying, first of all. Now, that's a PJ value judgment. Nonetheless, I had a professor in college who would actually stand there and put it on the blackboard. He would put a check mark if somebody said, and some people had like 25 of them, and it cured every one of us from ever doing that again. So when I see it in someone else, you obviously have been instructed how to speak well. And so that you are able to not only speak well, but able to inject your own personality into it.
Yes. Yeah, I have like a good personality, and besides my speaking, I believe that I can do better when it comes to personal speaking, or in this case, public speaking, because I know I have the voice. I know I can do this. I know I can continue, and I can probably make a legacy out of this.
Well, we're counting on that.
I'm counting on it too, and I'll believe in myself, and I'll push myself to become the greatest person that I am.
Okay, that's all we can ask of you, and hopefully that you take that enthusiasm and you find another young person to inspire with that, because it's like the ripples in a pond. It's all exponential, and it's all ever flowing and continuous. So we thank you for your participation, and your compatriot here. Tell us about the poetry experience and that side of what this is all about and who you are.
Hello, my name is Asia, and I've been a part of, this is my first year in AXO, and it's been a great experience for me. All the staff is really great. They kind of push you to get your word out. And I've been writing poetry since I was in 8th grade. Wow. I felt the need to kind of express what I've been going through as a Black youth and growing up in a marginalized community. So through poetry, I was kind of able to get the word out and kind of open discussion. I wrote a lot of social justice poems, and one of my mentors instructed me into going into the social category about financial literacy throughout poetry. So my poems kind of related to how money affects young youth in marginalized communities and how we can kind of fix that and open that up. And this has really been a great opportunity. I got to meet a lot of people that share similar ideals to me. And honestly, it's a great program overall, and I'm really glad that the NAACP gave us the opportunity to do this.
Oh, exactly. This has been an extraordinary opportunity for us at Franklin Reporter to even tell you about it. So I'm being directed to not move away from the camera. But we want to thank, where did Reverend Red go? She disappeared. She had to leave. Okay, well, you know what? Every one of you who had the time and made the time to actually talk with us and tell us the inside stories about this, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. That you foster in whatever way you can foster in a young man, a young woman, another young woman, so that each one of them explores their own gifts and talents and then is the inspiration for someone else to do the same. So we really, it's just, it's wonderful. So do go to the website. It is ACT-SO New Brunswick, New Jersey, and you'll have more information right there, .org. All right, you say it correctly.
ACTSO, ACTSO, New Jersey.org.
Okay, so whatever you need, Franklin, to find out more about this amazing program of enrichment, of confidence building, and moving toward the future and starting with our youth. We thanks for tuning in, Franklin. It's PJ Parker, Franklin Reporter and Advocate, and we'll be back.
Thank you.